What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So, I want to touch on something because, we love to watch sports and certain types of entertainment. And to Aries is just basically something to do. That's it. I don't feel anything other than I got to enjoy a good event. I was entertained. That's it. I don't feel any kind of way other than that. Now, I would say most people take things too far. They take it too serious and they make fools out of themselves just for the sake of being biased or being racist or being ignorant. Now, I want to cover a couple of things. One, let me say this. In terms of Haney versus Loma, for anybody that truly feels like Loma won, that's your business and that's your right. For anybody that truthfully feels like Haney won, that's your business and that's your right. As I've stated, I'm not making videos to try to change your mind about who you think won. Now, I may even thumbs up your comment, not because I agree with you, but because I respect your opinion. But there's certain people who you can't respect their opinions because they're typing, but they're saying all the wrong things. Example, if I tell you I think that Devin Haney won 7-5, which I even explained in the video that the difference to me was looking at it both ways. For people that think Haney won, they're saying the same exact things that I'm saying. For the people that think he lost, they're saying the same exact point that I'm making, but they're exaggerating. One, the rounds that Devin Haney won, he edged them out, but he did it more consistently for like the first 6, 7 rounds. Okay, most people had him winning all the way up to 8. Now I'm hearing a lot of different things being said, but my point is, even in that, he was edging the rounds out. Lomachenko, the rounds he won were more decisive. Like, okay, it was clear he got the better of Devin in that round. But the CompuBox numbers say that Devin Haney landed 90 punches to Loma's 95, which is only a 5-punch difference. So I don't understand how he destroyed him. He did this, he did that. Okay, cool. With all that, doesn't matter. Doesn't change what I'm saying because I know what I saw, how I feel. So not one time did I address anybody and say, "Oh, you're wrong. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about," or whatever. So it doesn't make a difference because with me, I say what I feel, not what people want me to say. Now, all it is a fight that, unless you bet, put no money in your pocket. But at the same time, now you got people that's starting to bring race into it. Now, let me say this before I even get into that. For people that's talking about what even Shakur Stevenson said he that Loma won. So what? Man, the point is what? Loma is not the person that Haney that Shakur is trying to fight right now. He wants to fight Haney. Loma would be probably a choice if he didn't get in the ring. If the Haney he didn't get in the ring with Haney, if that fight didn't happen for whatever reason. That being said, okay, to say what someone else said doesn't solidify anything. That's just a person that sees things the way you see it. Okay? Why do you think they're saying even Shakur said so? Okay? Even Charlo or why? Because they're black. So what they're trying to not say is, indirectly, even the black fighters think he lost. Okay? Now, let me say this. For any black fighter, for any black trainer, whoever you are, if you think playing the Loma card is going to benefit you. Hoping maybe your fighter will get a chance to fight Loma or something, or whatever it may be. You know, just understand this. If you was in the ring with Loma, you would have been getting booed the same way. If he would have knocked Lomachenko out, he still would have got booed. Devin Haney was getting booed when they did the introductions. So let's not make it seem like, he had a ton of people cheering for him out there. Yeah, you had he got a little something from people around him. No, overall, they booed Devin Haney. They did not want Devin Haney to win. Now, if you think, as I said, playing the Loma card, or like people try to play the Canelo card. Now, let me make my point clear. Here's a man who clearly says he don't want to fight other Mexicans because he represents Mexico. Now, black fighters, American citizens, period, are too fucking dumb to back each other when we go into anything, as I said before, other than the Olympics or something like that. Because reality is black and white is super divided in this country. So reality, just to sit here and say, now I'm not suggesting, oh, you should be biased because other people are biased from other countries for their countrymen. But what I am saying is, you got to be pretty stupid if you think that you can actually take your fighter to the Ukraine or to the UK or to Mexico or to anywhere, and that fighter's going to get that same ovation that person that you're fighting from that country is going to get. Not going to happen that way. So for the fighters and the trainers that's saying, nah, I believe Haney won, all of a sudden now, oh, they're just saying it because they're black. Okay, when Canelo opened his mouth and said what he said about not wanting to fight Mexicans, he clearly said that because he's Mexican, right? But it's not racist. Why is it whenever black people do stick up for each other, I guess other people are so used to us being divided that when we do stick up for each other, all of a sudden we're being racist about it. Zab Judah, his father was in the corner with Devin Haney and his dad. They asked Zab about the fight, and Zab gave both guys props, and he said that he felt like Haney won. Now it's so funny how all of a sudden Zab Judah's Mr. I like Zab. Zab is cool. Yeah, Zab was this, Zab was that. Now all of a sudden Zab is smoking crack. Oh, no wonder Zab's starting to look so old now. Yo, he's on something. He can't be sober talking that. Oh, he's just saying it because Haney's black. And I'm like, here we go. So basically, my thing about you guys is obviously you on some racist shit. But two, see, you're only, and this, I'm talking directly to the people that feel this way. So I don't give a shit how you take it. Take it for what it's worth. Okay? You're trash. Because basically what you're saying, it's okay to cheer for a black guy that's saying Canelo's number one, or Loma's number one, or Fury's number one, or Savannah Marshall's number one, or what's her name? Michaela Mayer's number one. But as soon as they start giving props to Clarissa Shields, to Alicia Baumgartner, you understand what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, or anybody else you don't like, they don't know what they're talking about. So they go from being Mr. and Mrs. Cool to, oh, they're just taking up for the black fighters. Do you have a problem with non-black people that have a problem with black fighters because they're black fighters? No, you don't have a problem with that. So basically, if Lomachenko would have got that decision, you guys still wouldn't have been saying, hey, props to Devin Haney, like you did for John Ryder when he got beat up by Canelo, or like you did for Caleb Plant when he got knocked out by Canelo. You wouldn't have gave Devin that. You guys would have just been, ha, 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 LOL, he lost, blah, blah, blah. Oh, people mad, all this stupid nonsense. And it's like, first off, you're a bunch of nerds and a bunch of little keyboard warriors because you're goofballs. Grown people sitting back typing ha 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 in the keyboard on the keyboard because somebody else won. People like you are the type of people that, honestly, I think if Canelo, Tyson Fury, or Lomachenko was in there banging your wife, you'd walk in and go, hold on, Let's Canelo. You be on the phone. Hey, listen, Canelo is in my bedroom right now, banging my wife. Yeah, Canelo, man. Oh. Hey, Canelo, spin her around. That's like grab the hips. Yeah. Canelo. I really believe you guys would. They are just human beings that fight as an occupation, but some of you just take this whole thing like, hey, you want to walk with your flag draped on your back and all that. That's all cool. I don't care about none of that. But I'm saying, when you start bringing up race, now all of a sudden, oh, it's only the black people saying so. Oh, wow. Like, ain't that something? Well, for that matter, the fact that you have black people, you have whatever other ethnicities of people saying that Loma one, I really don't care personally. But like I'm saying, for all of y'all that's trying to ride that Canelo train or that Loma train, thinking this is going to get me in good with the people. Listen, there's a couple of people out there, several ones. I see these little chump ass channels sucking Canelo off, sucking Loma off, tight sucking Fury off. I know what they're doing. I see what they're doing. That's where their fan base is coming from. A bunch of people, their followers are following them because they're saying what they think they want to hear. As Americans, I'm going to say this. I always keep what I do based on what the subject is. We talk about boxing, I just give boxing news. But you know what? It doesn't matter. You think it stopped idiots from coming on my channel, making stupid comments as well? You think that it stopped idiots from being idiots overall? No. They basically show their true colors. And I'm going to say this, and I mean everything I say. If you are so hard up for views and for likes and subscribers that you basically feel like you want to be an ass kisser, as long as it lasts for you, that's between you and the cheeks that your lips are all over. But I'll tell you what, you're not special, and these people don't care nothing about you either. Just like in the video, the last video I made where I told you, Shakur Stevenson, when he came in there, big up in Loma, talking about how Loma really won the fight and all, right? He should be undisputed champion. He was playing the crowd, and they cheered for that. But like I said, as soon as he started talking about himself versus Haney, he got zero reaction from that crowd, right? Everybody saw that. No different. I'm not a part of any group. I'm not a part of any little string of people that, well, I'll say this. When there's a mutual respect, I'm cool with that. So, no, I don't check in to see what everybody else is doing, and I'm going to follow what everybody else is doing. No, I do my thing my way. But I'm going to say this, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. For you guys that always say Dante's Boxing Nation, he's racist. All he does is talk about black fighters. 7-8 Sports, all he talk about is black fighters. For 9, that's all he talk about is black fighters. Boxing Ego, all these different channels. I'm going to say this. I've never had any actual beef with any of them, but I've heard things where they were showing favoritism to one fighter. Okay, even if it was because he was black, but then they take another black fighter and they shit on him, and I didn't like that. And I just felt like, nah, you're not making this boxing news. You're making things about race when it's not even necessary. Okay. But let me say this, okay, and make myself crystal clear. Just because I agree with something that a person does doesn't mean that they can't do something wrong. And it's like, nah, see, you out of pocket for that one right there. That doesn't mean I'm going to agree with everything, every viewpoint. And the thing is, it's not even about what they're saying about the fighters as fighters. It's the personal things that they say, the personal digs, all of the domestic stuff, and how they personally and their feelings about something that a person is doing. Okay, so my thing is this though. As far as them having an outlet to try to give black fighters a name, to try to help, different people that's coming up in the boxing game, whether it's on the promotional side, whether it's the fighter himself, someone that, is doing some type of management or training. There's nothing wrong with that. So what? We hear all year long about how tough the Mexican fighters are. How the Cuban fighters are on a whole nother level and they just don't get the chance to go pro. And we always get to hear people labeled by their nationality in a positive way. It's just when they come to black fighters, like Tiafimo running his punk ass mouth a couple of weeks ago, making that ignorant ass comment he made. But you had black people trying to actually defend Tiafimo. Well, I don't think it was, right? Okay. Just like, for example, when you hear me say things about what Adrian Broner does, this is not me saying things about Adrian Broner because I don't know Adrian Broner personally. I'm not doing it because, I hate Adrian. I don't know this dude. But what he does in front of the camera. We know and seen things that he does. And basically, I don't agree with his tactics. So for me to speak on that, I'm not going to say, well, he's black. I'm going to make excuses for him. This is what a lot of other people do. And I'm not referencing just black folks. Example of something, okay? I just posted some photos in my community section of Lomachenko crying. Anthony Joshua has a meltdown because he's busting his ass in training. Can't figure out what the hell, how did I came up short again. And I thought that I had all bases covered, that I did everything that I could do to beat Lomachenko, Usyk. But guess what? I fell short again. He has a meltdown. He's a sore loser. He's this, he's that, blah, blah, blah. He makes a comment about don't spend your money in stores where you feel like you're being discriminated against. Keep it in your own neighborhoods amongst your own. Okay? When you go to New York, go to San Fran, out here where I live when they have Chinatown, do you go through there saying, oh, this is racist? You guys are not from here. You're from China. Why do you have a Chinatown in America? No. Do you go through areas where it's all Italian restaurants, Italian community, Jewish community? Do you go? No. Here we are where someone makes a comment basically addressing a specific situation and mindset. Now, Anthony Joshua's a racist. But then you got Tyson Fury standing there holding his kids, singing the Biggie Small song. Now you know, nigga, right? But I keep telling you, dumb fools, that people walking around here, nigga this, nigga that. Yeah. If you was to say to Tyson Fury, yo, why don't you watch your mouth? For Tyson Fury to say, well, why you mad at me? Because I said, nigga, y'all call yourselves niggas. See, all these things I'm bringing up, you see, is conversations and certain things that happen. Where what I'm saying, see, for black folks that have this ignorance of thinking, because you're not showing favoritism, you're going against black people. No. We're speaking about situations. But now you see what it narrows down to. Everybody's quick to talk shit about the alphabet boys, right? And keep bringing them up and wanting to just keep this, they're racist. But the same people, I see the same names, these same channels, that people that just have channels and mostly no content, just going from channel to channel to channel just to leave comments, is the same people who's sitting up here making excuses for Lomachenko. Jamel Charlo cried after he lost. Ha 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 ha, crybaby. Tony Harrison wound up crying after his last loss. The funny thing is, the people that was, trying to uplift Tony Harrison was because they didn't like Jamel Charlo. When Tony Harrison was going against Tim Tszyu, see, they wanted Tim Tszyu to win. And I'm saying Lomachenko is sitting there crying. When he was in the back, I don't understand all the goddamn crying. You lost, suck it up and keep moving. Simple. And that's like any emotion, things happen. Like I said, a lot of stuff can happen behind the scenes, whatever it is, but you guys are sitting here. Here's the crazy part, what I'm saying. There's things happening all over this country. Okay, we got enough issues right here in America alone. You guys that are Americans that sit up here bring up the war. Oh man, you know what happened in Ukraine? That's on his mind, man. And it's bothering him. Now we gonna play the pity party for Lomachenko because you think he should have got the decision and he didn't. If you really feel like you won, what the fuck are you crying for? For what? And regardless to that, Here you guys are Americans, and you're sitting up here going against Devin and calling him all kind of names. He's a bum. Oh, he's overrated. He's been exposed. Oh, he ain't shit. He can't be. But you all Americans too, and you're blaming him because of the decisions that the judges saw fit. As long as a whole lot of other people, a lot of people agreed, a lot of people disagreed. But now look at the attack. Oh, all you black fighters, is always the black people trying to. Oh, wait. So you're okay with the black fighters that shit on other black fighters, or either say, even if they honestly speaking and say, I think that the black fighter lost, but it's okay. But the moment that they say anything, and just to simply say, they don't have to even say anything about Loma. If they did, why would you care? What, are you married to Loma? So if they just simply say that they think that Devin won. Oh, see, it's always the black people. Y'all better get it together. See, I watched people spin a narrative about Clarissa Shields. She didn't want to rematch it with Savannah Marshall. Clarissa Shields stated plain and simple, look, I went to the UK. I fought her. I conquered her. And you want to know what irritates Clarissa Shields? Because even though she won, she's the A side. She ended that debate on who's the best fighter right now. And what ends up happening? They want to do it again. And they claim, oh, it's because it's for more money. Oh, what does Savannah say? Well, because Clarissa Shields, she doesn't sell. So there's no reason for you to come to the States and fight Clarissa because the fight's bigger in the UK. That's what she's trying to say. Well, even for the promoters, well, she's not the A side. Clarissa is. And any champion, anybody you've seen fight, they always want to, whether it's their hometown or somewhere in the country that they're from. Why is it okay? So why is it okay for Katie Taylor to fight in her country? Why is it okay for Savannah Marshall to fight in her country? But then all of a sudden, here goes a black fighter, decides, listen, you're not the A side, I am. You guys are not going to try to dictate what I'm going to do and what I should do. You want to maximize top dollar, so do I. But guess what? You can't sit here and tell me what we can't do, and we can't sell out certain arenas based on the fact that you think the fight's bigger in the UK. Maybe it is, who knows, right? But who cares? Okay? I just did a long video, and I centered it mostly around, Chantel Cameron, because the same thing. She fights Katie Taylor and she wins. And people are making excuses already. Then everything as far as a rematch and everything they're talking about, everything is to suit Katie Taylor. Okay? Like Chantel Cameron didn't just defeat her. She didn't just beat her and now they're still treating Katie like she's the A side. And, oh, they should do it again in Dublin and it would do massive numbers. This is all you hear. No. George Kambosos, nobody knows this dude. Then all of a sudden he beats Teofimo Lopez and people thought it was a fluke, right? And he ends up giving Devin Haney some horrible bargain, but he went for it because he wanted undisputed. He stayed at 135 because he wanted to beat Loma. And every excuse that people tried to make and everything that they tried to throw at Haney and saying that, oh, he's overrated. Well, if y'all think that he's overrated, then that must mean that Lomachenko is not as good as y'all say he is, because he landed 5 punches more than Devin Haney and lost more rounds than Devin Haney did. So he landed more punches by 5, but lost more rounds. Okay, but so at the end of the day, it's like, I don't even care. Look, the bias, people going to be racist, they're going to be biased. But again, like I said, when I see it, I'm going to address what I need to address. You guys are making it about race are just trash. If you feel like the dude won, so what? You're not going to do anything to change the decision. It is what it is. It is what it is. But at the same time, oh, these black fighters are always getting favoritism. Now the black fighters are getting favoritism. So it was a black fighter that was able to choose a 16x16 ring and get a mandatory who's done nothing to get there. Yeah. I mean, we sit up here and talk all this bullshit. We can bring up Deontay Wilder. And my thing about Deontay Wilder is I never saw him as being as skilled as the Alphabet Boys tried to make him sound. Because I can see that he's not that skillful at all. One trick pony. We already know what it's about with him. So he's not a fighter that I really look at like, yeah, outside of the right hand, yeah, we all know that I'm not impressed with him as a fighter. Okay, simple. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, because he's black, I'm just going to pretend. No. But just like him fighting Robert Helenius is not to take, look, Robert Helenius, we already know the deal with this guy. Okay? The people that try to hold on to Deontay Wilder that are non-black that say, oh, he's a great fighter. The only person that can beat him in his division is Fury. Just think about that comment, that statement right there. Just think about that. And regardless to even them saying that, my thing is I don't care what people say, what they think. Let's see the fights happen. So as much as I keep it boxing, you always got some idiots coming across my channel, and people just can't have a discussion without getting their feelings. People are making it sound like somebody had took a gun and put it to a 5-year-old's head and blew their brains out or something. These are two grown men that went in there. One of them broke down and cried like a baby because he lost. The other one already knows the hate is real, and he's going on to the next one. So whether it's a rematch or whether he fights Shakur, because Shakur Stevenson is a mandatory, and he said that he's going to exercise that mandatory clause to have the fight next. And if Devin Haney stays at 135, like he says, if it makes sense. So I guess pretty much, Shakur, what you did at 130 was at 130. Don't come up to 135 and start trying to overprice yourself. If you really want that fight and Haney want that fight, it'll happen. Let's make it happen. You win, you're the A side. It's just as simple as that. And I'm sure there'll be a rematch clause if that was to happen. So there will be 2 fights with these guys. Where Tank Davis falls in, because, after that, then, we'll see how things go. I don't want to start talking about those things before they actually happen, because they may not happen. But who knows? But bottom line is, all of this talking that people are doing right now is just senseless. It's just senseless. Instead of just talking about fights and, okay, what happened. You move on. Go on to the next one. All of these different channels are making these comments, and it's just like from every channel, all the comments. He did this. He beat the shit out of Haney. Haney barely won any rounds. All Haney did was run and hold, which is complete bullshit. And then somebody even said he never even came forward not one time in the fight. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You definitely don't know what you're talking about. And I had somebody say in the comment section, same dumb shit, talking about how, Devin Haney waited for Loma to get old. Just like Mayweather did Pacquiao. And I just let the person know, I asked him, you do realize that Devin Haney's been calling out Loma for 4 years, right? And you do realize that Floyd is 2 years older than Pacquiao, right? This is my point. And that goes to show you the hate. That shows you the racist bullshit. One thing happens between a black fighter, white fighter, and what happens? Everybody starts bringing up a whole bunch of other shit that has nothing to do with the other. But it's always in the way of trying to, black people always doing this and black business. And you always trying to make it seem like it's some favoritism thing going on, when truthfully, let's be real. Loma was one of the people that they actually literally tried to take the loss off his record that he had before he even fought Tio. They was trying to take the loss off of his record. Now you tell me, you tell me why you guys wasn't making noise about that. Why none of you said, nah, that man got a loss, he got a loss, man. That doesn't affect his career going forward. Nah, y'all were okay with that. They were literally trying to take the loss away. Loma's the one who relinquished his title to become franchise. To do what? Fight a guy that you already in the same weight class as? So what was the point of that? That franchise was simply just to be able to duck Haney. Simple. And you heard what he said after the fight. Before the fight, I thought he was really, really good. But now he's not world class. That don't make you look too good then. Okay? Because even for people, like I said, making no sense that it could have went either way. Yet you pissed off that Haney won. But it could have went either way. That sounds so stupid. So, I don't ever tell people what I think they want to hear. I don't care what you want to hear. I'm going to say what I feel and what I see. So even if I ask you what you think, don't be a jackass about what comes out of your mouth, especially when you're not the one in the ring. You're not getting none of that money. You're not going to the Hall of Fame. You're not doing any of that. But you make it all some personal nonsense. And I'm just saying, for me, let me tell you something. I don't really like baseball. I don't mind playing baseball, but watching it, no. I can tell you right now, certain things that I attend, whether it's rugby games, if it is baseball, soccer, whatever, I'm telling you flat out, in this country, when it comes to rugby, when it comes to baseball, when it comes to soccer, the majority of those players are not Americans. Okay? Every game, people got their flags draped on their back. They're singing in unison, all these, different anthems and all that, whatever. Okay, fine, cool. I'm willing to guarantee you, not one of you Americans that's talking all this shit, trying to, trying to ride the Loma train or whatever. I bet you wouldn't go to the Ukraine and drape an American flag on your back and sit there singing the national anthem. I bet you wouldn't do that. I bet you wouldn't go to Mexico with no American flag draped on your back, and I guarantee you wouldn't. In fact, you wouldn't even go to a neighborhood in America where you're outnumbered and do that shit at an event. I know you wouldn't. But yet, y'all sit there and root against another American. And why is that? Why is that? So I'm just saying, I'm about boxing. I look at the fighters and it's like, okay, cool. If I find out that the fighters on some shady shit or some racist shit, whatever, okay, nah, I brush them. But you on the other hand, that's trying to, rub elbows with Loma and Canelo fans and Fury fans. I'm gonna tell y'all, as much as you think you getting a free pass or something, nah. Anytime you in a position, and I don't give a fuck if it's Shakur Stevenson, if it's Tank Davis or whoever, you go up against these same guys that they're booing Devin Haney for, they're going to boo your black asses too. And matter of fact, check this out. You know what's so crazy? Well, Tank didn't leave it in the judge's hands. He stopped Ryan with the body shot. Ryan didn't want to continue, broke his will. But you know what's so crazy? The round that he knocked Ryan Garcia down in was the second round. That round was scored a 10-10 round. Not even a 10-9, which we know it's a 10-8. And the only way you can make a 10-8 round a 10-9 is if he got dropped and then came back and just was tan Tank ass up and kind of made the round close or make the round closer. That's about it. Otherwise, 10-8 round. That was scored at 10-10. Where was all your rants and raves? Even though, Tank stopped him. But where was all the ranting and raving about that? Yet you going to sit here talking about black fighters get advantages. But yet, here's the guy that gets dropped and they make it a 10, they make it a 10-10 and made it an actual even round. So basically what that's saying is, if it wasn't for the knockdown, shit, they'd have scored it 10-8 for Ryan without a knockdown. Because with the knockdown, it was an even round. They were trying to give that fight. They was trying to give that fight to Ryan Garcia. But here again, and also speaking of Ryan, I saw comment after comment after comment. And it's the first time I'm really even speaking on it. Ryan Garcia is going to go to what's his face? I hate when I can't remember somebody's name. Anyway, Mikey Garcia, Robert Garcia, that he's going to go to Robert. Have to. It's inevitable, right? And it's like, well, we'll see. He chooses Derek James. Did you see the comments? Did you see the comments? Why would he pick a black trainer? Yo, Robert Garcia, the best trainer out there. Yo, man, I don't know. Oh, man, they believe in this black stuff. Oh, Teofimo tried to tell you. Yeah, I'm seeing all this stuff. Where's all the fucking responses to that, huh? But see, you can't expect people to respond the proper way when they're racist themselves. Now, you tell me, what does it matter to you who he got as a trainer? Huh? So even to talk about, complain. If the point is for him to get better, you sitting up here making it a nationality thing. You say Robert Garcia is a better trainer than Derek James. We don't know that. He may be a better trainer to certain fighters stylistically. Who knows? But to say he's a better trainer, that's your opinion. You're not even basing it on who's the better trainer. You automatically want to say Robert because Robert. Okay? Robert. Mexican. Okay? That's why. So now when you're sitting up here talking about, oh, well, why did he do this? Why did he do that? Well, question. Why did Ryan Garcia's team abandon him and his family like that at the post conference? Huh? Why did De La Hoya make up this lie about getting death threats? Why was Bernard not there? Why was Joe Goosey not there? See, Aries called all of them out. Huh? All of them. Because I'm not trying to make it a race thing. But I'm saying I'm going to speak up when I need to. And I see a whole lot of y'all, out there cooning, samboing, trying to fit in where you think you're going to have some favoritism or think you're going to have some special favors. Nah. Racist people don't care about who you are. They can give a shit about your black skin or your nappy ass hair. All they care about is when you kissing their ass for them and saying what they like to hear. And as soon as you start to say something different and you go against the grain, they're going to show you their true colors. So I don't understand this whole stupid mindset that people have of thinking that if I say this, if I say that I'm in good with them. Nah, you're not. You're not. And just like for the idiot that made the comment about Tyson Fury, so what? All he said was the N word. I mean, okay. So I tell you what. If somebody make a song and use the term cracker and go and say that towards Tyson Fury, or just stand up in front of a camera and say, let Anthony Joshua stand up there and say something about cracker, redneck, or anything derogatory against pale-skinned people, and let's see if they had the same attitude. You only know the difference? They're going to say, yeah, but we don't call ourselves that. Black people call themselves niggers. So what did that tell you right there? Huh? Let's say you got a daughter, and your daughter walk around calling herself a hoe. Huh? And then you hear somebody, hey, come here, hoe. Don't you dare talk to my daughter like, hey, what you mean? She called herself a hoe. Don't get mad at me. She called herself a hoe. You wouldn't like that. Of course you wouldn't. So all I'm saying is, from my side, I like to keep it boxing. But you little racist motherfuckers that keep bringing up race and keep talking about black people this, black people that, well, you know what? Deal with it. Deal with it. Take your punk racist asses on, and let's see you overturn. You can cry all you want about Devin Haney really lost. Well, guess what? The record book's not going to say that. Now let's see how much power you have. Let's see you go overturn a decision. Huh? Let's see. Let's see what happens for you black folks when Tank Davis get in there or when Shakur get in there with somebody who has racist ass fans the same way that want to come on social media and express it because they feel like the right person lost. You're the right one to win. We want you, but you lost. No, It was something that was different. You know what Shakur Stevenson said? He said he don't want to shit on Devin, but he tried to anyway. But then he said he don't think 135 is good for Devin. He said Devin is huge for 135, and he looked kind of weak in there. And, he was about to say, I think it affected his performance. But he didn't. Why? Because if he fights Devin, He's not going to want nobody to use that same excuse towards him. Well, maybe Devin was weight trained. And this came out of Shakur's mouth, right? And this is what I mean about guys don't even know how to build up fights. You know, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would have said. If I was to fight Devin Haney, and of course I'm not Devin Haney's size, but I'm saying if I was to fight anybody, but if I was that situation was me, and it's like I saw the fight, even if I thought that Devin Haney lost, you know what I would have said? Listen, personally, I don't really care. Both of those are my rivals. Don't matter what I think. Devin Haney got the decision. Devin Haney is who I want. That's what I would have said. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not about hiding anything. But if I just sat here and told the world that the person that lost should have won, right? People who will tune in to see me fight means I have to have the right dance partner. A whole lot of these people who wanted to see Lomachenko win, they're not going to tune in just to see Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney. Because as far as they're concerned, it's just two niggas in the ring fighting. One that got gifted a decision, highway robbery. They're calling this the worst robbery in history. Are you serious? Okay? So what do they care about? They'll just be happy that Shakur Stevenson beat him, if that would be the case. Not because they care about Shakur, but because, good, one nigga beat another nigga. Good nigga. Now guess what happens as soon as Shakur step in there with a Loma or another pale skin fighter that they love? They're going to boo him the same way that they booed Devin. Yes, and that's exactly how that will go. But some of you guys are too stupid to even understand that. Okay? Don't think that these racist folks care about you or your career. They don't care about the fair. They don't care about none of that. All they care about is just to be able to see somebody that look like them with their hands raised up. And for the black fighters and the black people who are trying to feed, suck up, trying to get that advantage, same thing goes for y'all. Now, I'm talking to the people that fit that criteria. I'm not saying that everybody's racist just because they think Loma won. No. And I made that clear in the video. Let me reiterate, because some of y'all are dumb as fuck and y'all hear me say one thing, but then you forget, and all you remember later is the last things I said, just like in a fight. They don't remember the early rounds, but the later rounds, right? Same thing. Because you say you think Loma won, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that people are racist because of that. I'm saying that I stated why. They expose themselves to being racist. And those are the people I'm talking to. So don't say or think because you think Loma won that I'm saying that you being a sellout or you're being racist because of that. I'm talking about all the idiots all the comments. Y'all can see the same things. Go on these different people, these different outlets where you see people, I'm listening. I want to, my thing is I'm studying. It's the thought patterns. Okay. It's the thought patterns. And when you hear all these people, and then here's the thing, for every one of those negative comments, those are the comments that get all these thumbs up. Okay. Somebody made a comment and said, look, it's not that serious. You think Loma won? I don't. Right? It's not the end of the world. Somebody typed in, you must be black. And that one comment had like 80 something thumbs up. Yeah. And then the person responded and said, no, I'm actually white. Does it make a difference? Yeah. So I'm just saying, everything comes down to race when something doesn't go people's way. So it's like everything is cool as long as you're playing neutral or scared to say what you really want to say. And I'm never going to be that person. Just like I wasn't scared to say that I don't think that Deontay Wilder had any proof of nothing about Tyson Fury. Never once said that big bald-headed hairy motherfucker was above cheating. I said the excuses that Deontay was making came off of his fanboy channels, and you can't sit here and tell me with all these eyes on the ring that no fucking body in that arena, nobody nowhere, even his own cornerman that was in there watching the hands get wrapped and trying the gloves on it, you cannot sit here and tell me that they didn't notice these things. But yet somebody who wasn't even at the fucking fight did. You're sitting ringside and you don't see the difference. Deontay Wilder himself didn't feel the difference in those gloves when he's getting hit. Come on. So either way, my whole point was, I'm not going to retract what I'm saying because black folks get mad. And again, I keep it boxing, but you're not going to sit up here and make stupid racist ass comments and try to make it seem like, you're just stating the truth. And again, dumbass Americans. Look, I give credit where credit is due. But what I'm not going to do is sit up and play a role. Like me saying Anthony Joshua, he's the heavyweight that I want to see beat all these other heavyweights. Then you got American fans going, oh man, you sitting over here supporting the stinking ass Brit. Oh, dirty British motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. Had my bouts with them like, yo, first off, check yourself. You don't know nothing about me and I do what I want to do. You don't like it, do something about it. And as usual, what do? Absolutely fucking nothing. But at the end of the day, whole point is, I'm not looking at him going, oh, well, you think I don't realize? Look, Anthony Joshua, okay, he's not American. What does that have to do with me? I'm just looking at him as a fighter. Okay? He goes through all these trainers, but what does he end up getting trained by a black American? Huh? Getting that rhythm right. Getting around black American fighters. Well, guess what? If it makes him a better fighter, that's all that matters, right? So who from the UK was he supposed to get that was going, bow, snap him out of it, and all of a sudden he's back? It's up to him and what he's absorbing. That's what it comes down to, and I tell you this all the time. So I'm going into this looking at as a fighter. Now, Anthony Joshua, culturally, what happens with a lot of people, they're in a certain comfort zone. And they go from place to place, but they're not in other places. They kind of skip around. Then they get around different people and realize, damn, I never knew that, I wasn't always a grown-up, all right? We all was a kid at some point, all right? And when I was a kid, all I knew was Chinese and Japanese. I didn't know what a Vietnamese was. I didn't know what a Korean was. I didn't know what Thai was, okay? Filipino, I didn't know any of that. All I knew was Puerto Rican. Then I learned, Mexican, okay. I didn't know what an Ecuadorian was, a Brazilian. I didn't know any of that till I started getting, and you start to realize I didn't know that Africa had streets with cars and all that. When I hear Africa, all I think about is elephants. People with grass skirts and spears and paint on their face and them big plates in their lips. That's all I ever knew. And I'm like, damn. When I started to realize how much is stuff, like the more that I learned, the more I realized how much shit I didn't know. Not because I'm fucking dumb. Just stuff was never taught to me, stuff I never knew. And I'm like, wait, this is Africa? And they're driving and we got big fence, nice big houses. I never knew that part of Africa existed. You learn. We grew up with stereotypes, not even realizing it. Example, I love watching those martial arts movies. Y'all know. Used to come on every Saturday at 12 o'clock, right? So anytime I seen a movie with Asian people, it was, to me, they have to have the Bruce Lee cut or the long hair with the, motherfucker all the 25 years old with a white wig on, a white mustache and big white ass eyebrows trying to make him look like he 80. Yeah. I didn't want to see no guns, no sweat. I remember I seen a movie, they had on sweat jackets. I'm like, what? The guns, had little Godfather hats, and they driving cars. Nah, what happened to the spears? And, now, of course, Bruce Lee movies had that, but I'm just saying, it was like, that was just Bruce Lee. But the rest of these movies, nah. Then I saw Shogazuki, and it was like, all right, cool, whatever. But I just saw them as different. Then all of a sudden, it's like the maturity kicks in. And I'm watching movies like Memoirs of a Geisha Girl, stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, wait a minute. And I sat there and remember and realized my mind was groomed to, if it's an Asian movie, there's supposed to be martial arts going on. as if they don't go to work, go to school, have a life just like, you understand what I'm saying? And it's not that I was verbally taught that, but no, that's all you see in the movies. And I didn't even realize they had other movies other than just kung fu, karate, and all that. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, damn, okay. And I embraced the culture, like, boom, like just the lifestyle, just different things that I loved about it. But you understand what I mean? That didn't, it's like you understand there's more, way more out there in this world than what you know. And I traveled a lot. I've been in a lot of different places. My family's mixed. So I sit here and I listen to people talk. I read texts and tweets that people make, and it's just like, it's a lot of really butthurt, evil, rotten, bitter-hearted people out here over nothing. Now, if you're laying in your bed at night, tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling in the dark, pissed off, trying to reimagine what Lomachenko should have did, that's sad for you. And I believe that that's what you do, because there's no way for you to feel personal about something that happened between two grown-ass men. And all that, it's for my country. No, it's for his paycheck, his family, and, whoever he want to take care of. Example, when Usyk told Tyson Fury, I'll take the 30-70 split, but you will agree to send 1 million pounds, right, to the people of the Ukraine to help them. I thought that was fair. Did I not say that? I was cool with that, wasn't I? Just like me saying Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, and unless Deontay Wilder has any proof of anything, he needs to stop making this bullshit story up, right? Okay then. So I could have said, nah, fuck that. He's a black man. He's my countryman. I'm going to fucking take his side. Nah. Fury did it. He's guilty. Just like most of these other people did. But what I'm not going to do is kiss nobody's ass. I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend I don't see and hear this racist shit going on. And that's why I'm addressing it here, right here in this video. Bottom line is, it doesn't matter what I think or what you think. It comes down to what the judges think. And even when those judges are full of shit and on drugs, this is the worst decision in history. Oh, no, by far it's not. By far it's not. So at the end of the day, every channel that is saying, I think Devin won, yeah, they got a bunch of comments coming where you're going to have a bunch of people, you're fucking delusional, blah, blah, blah. He didn't win shit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. A lot of mouth and a lot of nothing. Because at the end of the day, Devin Haney got the decision. Regardless to what you think or anybody else thinks. But when the man's, ethnicity has to come into play, and then all of a sudden black people this, black people that, you got no right to say nothing about nobody else. And in fact, for the record, if you don't like what Dante is talking about, at Dante's Boxing Nation, if you don't like what 7-8 Sports is talking about, if you don't like what Boxing Ego is talking about, if you don't like what Fanon is talking about, why don't you stay the fuck off their channels? Because it's like all you're trying to do is, see, they're racist. All they're talking about is black people, right? Well, stop following their channels. How about that? Why don't people learn to keep it boxing? I can care less about you cheering for your countrymen and all that shit. I just watch boxing. I'm nobody's fan, so it's easy for me. That's easy. But at the end of the day, like I said, I just wanted to address this shit because I'm seeing so much of it. And for the record, the majority of the times in history, forever, it's been like this. If a fight is close, okay, unless you went there and really beat the fuck out of a champion, like really, if it's a close decision, it goes to the champ because you didn't prove like, okay, I dethroned you. I'm better than you. No. Did you hear the comments? See the comments? He landed nothing. He barely even touched Loma at all. Loma's bruised from here to here, from here to here. But he didn't land anything. Haney was cool. Only thing Haney had was a little mouse right here. But he didn't land anything. He landed no headshots. What's up, man? All of the dumb shit that I heard. And then all these people swear they know so much about boxing because their butt hurt because their golden boy got beat. Well, I don't believe in no great white hope. I don't believe in any fighter of any skin tone or any ethnicity being that guy because of. It's the skill, it's the talent that person possessed. That's what it comes down to. So when you guys are sitting up here making everything about race, this is my point. You're talking shit about Dante and 7-8 and all them, but you're no different. You're doing the same thing. The only difference is you're not content creators. That's the only difference. You just basically ho hop from channel to channel to talk shit. And for those who are content creators that are saying Loma won and we gotta stop doing this, and all right, my point, y'all don't make that big of a deal when a black fighter get robbed. And the black content creators no different. They try to play, I don't know, because I mean you gotta, well, I think it, no, say it like it is, the guy got robbed. Just like Barroso got robbed. There was no reason for, Tony Weeks to stop that. Imagine us sitting there going, nah, man, that black referee, nah. He's been doing this for a long time. He know his job, and he was right. Just like Richard still had no reason to stop that fight between Mildred Taylor and Chavez back in the day. And I know I will always stand my grounds. So it's never been with me about let's make up lies and stories or play favoritism. No, it's always been, I'm going to call it right down the middle. But again, I'm going to call out these weak, racist ass people for sitting up here trying to pretend that it's something more than what it is. They want to come on my channel trying to act like, I don't see what you say. Like I'm not reading your comments. No, I know what you're about. And even when you come on my channel trying to explain yourself, it don't matter what you say. You can write 20 messages to me. None of it's going to change that loss. So now your boy got 3 losses. Huh? He got 3. Let's see if they try to erase these 3 now. They try to do it from his first one. It doesn't make a difference though. Get y'all stories right. Stop giving these false narratives. Clarissa Shields is the reason the fight didn't happen. No. Bullshit. And the same energy I had with Clarissa, you saw me do the same thing today. Put the video up about Chantel Cameron because they trying to treat her like she's some, she's the B-side in this. Nah, she just beat Katie Taylor. Same thing with Dimitri Bivol. He beats Canelo, and Canelo wants to try to, well, it's going to be for this or this and this or whatever. At the end of the day, listen, boxing has changed in a whole lot of ways. No different like how, for example, everybody dogged Don King out. Yeah, Don King was a rotten dude. Yeah, he helped a lot of people and he screwed a lot of people. Is it any different from these promoters right now? Is Oscar any better? Is Lou DiBella any better? Is Bob Arum, is these guys any better? Because somebody's going to get help, but everybody's not going to get that same help and attention that same type of time. And for the fighters that's benefiting, they're going to say things a little different. Why? Because they have a good relationship with these people at the time. But at the same time, you got fighters that don't have that. So there's always something going on. So when you hear me talking about guys like, Keyshawn Davis and Frank Martin, Frank Sanchez and, the F.A. Jobbers and Daniel Dubois, and yeah, so what? These are guys that's still trying to get out there. No different. I always said Usyk was a solid fighter. Loma was a solid fighter. Canelo, all these dudes. But I'm not a fucking Sambo, and I'm not going to sit up here and say what anybody want me to say. I don't care what ethnicity you are. But stop acting like I don't hear the dumb shit y'all say about black folks. And I'm the one channel that told Tio to go fuck himself. While all these other little Sambo ass fucking channels want to try to play neutral because I don't want to lose fan. I give a fuck, man. If you don't want to hear what I say, then tune the fuck out. I'm not going to. This shit don't impact my life. I don't lose nothing. I could shut this fucking channel down now and it's a wrap. I could do it. So, I'm out here interacting with other people that is interested in boxing, and I've met some cool people on here and all that, but at the same time, nah. I'm not trying to play motherfucking neutral. Never. I will always call it down the middle. That don't mean we have to agree with each other. Because I hear a lot of y'all say a whole lot of shit I don't agree with, but you know what Aries never do? I never go on nobody's channel and try to be disrespectful to them. Simple. That's why a lot of you dummies got blocked. That's why a lot of you dummies come on the channel and get shut down because you say stupid shit out your mouth. Somebody gonna tell me, nah, chief, such and such won this and then Loma did this. Okay, that's your opinion. What does your opinion have to do with mine? I'm supposed to reconsider what I'm thinking because you giving an opinion like I didn't see the fight too. Again, let me reiterate. Let me say it again. Lomachenko and Devin Haney. Devin Haney won a lot of those rounds. In my opinion, he was winning those rounds. Body shots, that jab, keeping the distance. He was doing everything. Uppercuts to the man. He was doing everything. Lomachenko would have spurts in the round. Okay? He would have those spurts, but he wasn't doing it the whole round. You understand what I mean? So he was basically in a position of trying to play catch up. By the time he started winning rounds, the rounds he won those rounds more decisively. Meaning the body shots or the jab kept, he's not snapping Loma's head back or, but when Loma would land the shots and he'd get in, it's like, okay, cool. Loma won that round. Yeah, he won that round. Yeah, he won, right? With Devin, it was more like, okay, Dev edged that one. And I felt like, yeah, he won that round. But I mean, he was edging the rounds out. Okay? He was edging those rounds out. So people are more into the impact. It's just like if, you see two guys fight and one guy hits harder than the other. Well, you're reacting to those harder blows, but that doesn't mean he's winning. You understand what I'm saying? So people were reacting more. And the fans were going to react regardless because they wanted Loma to win. That's all. And people making it like it's the fucking Holocaust. So this is slavery all over again or some shit. Nah, not that serious. Wasn't that serious. Anyway, I don't deal with racists. I don't want to hear the bullshit. If you have an opinion that's different from mine, that's fine. But when you start talking disrespectful, I'm just deleting and blocking your ass anyway. Go to somebody else's channel with that bullshit. I don't need the views or the subscribers too. I'm not thirsty. So I'm not sitting here, let me just say what they want so they can subscribe. Or let me just let them say what they want. Nah, I keep trash off my channel. So go with that nigga black boy shit somewhere else. Because there's a lot of Sambos out here that will welcome you with open arms. Come call me a nigga. Yeah, come disrespect me, call me a nigga. Come spit on me. I'm a nigga. Yeah, you who, nigga, right here. I play neutral. I tell you what you want to hear, boss. I tell you. Whatever you want to hear, I tell you, boss. Let me go put my children to sleep, and I come right here, and I tell you whatever you want. I shine your shoes, boss. You got enough for the morning. Aries will never be that. And they know who the fuck they are. Every one of them know who they are. That's why every video they make, they're sucking off Canelo, they're sucking off Fury, they're sucking off Loma, and guess what? They're black. They know who they are. But they always find negative shit to say about the black fighters. So it's like, what black fighters is being hated on right now? Okay, what topic is going on? Okay, yeah. And they're going to say everything to make you go, see, he knows what he's talking. I like this nigga. Let me subscribed. I don't need it. So if that's what you're subscribing for, please unsubscribe yourself. Because I don't need nobody coming on here looking for an outlet to let their anger, their racist, their bullshit out. That's not what it's about. We come here and we have grown-up boxing discussions. But you always have a bunch of idiots that come on here and just don't know what they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And even to have an opinion, like I said, if you think Loma lost, won, that doesn't make you racist. If you think Haney won, that doesn't make you racist. It's the other dumb shit that come out your mouth that you expose yourself to be racist. And y'all know who y'all are. All of you. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.